I still believe in Toshi. I haven't given up. Some people like to think that I did for whatever reason, but I still believe in the hypothetical idea of Toshi going to the price of 2 cents during this bull run. Even though that's not financial advice, the reason being is because Toshi is a very special meme coin. I get it. People love Dogecoin, they love Shiba Inu, but that really isn't revolutionary. That was good years ago, but as of right now, I'm looking for the next big thing. Some people out there they say, "Hey, we're going to look for the next big thing," but then they get into Dogecoin, Shiba Inu. Well, the way I view it logically speaking, right? How can I get into the next big thing if I'm jumping onto the next big thing? I can only find the next big one if I find quote unquote the next big one, which I hypothetically do believe that's Toshi. Now, Toshi in the grand scheme of things has done very well ever since I started talking about it. Now, of course, there was a pretty big pullback that happened, and it's only fair to assume that that does happen along the way because take a look at Bitcoin, it's not like it had a straight shot up either, right? Toshi is not going to be the exception to that rule. So this type of stuff doesn't scare me. Take a look at what I've been through when it comes to Floki, right? Floki at one point, my portfolio was down over 95%. Even in some cases, it was down like around 98% actually when it comes to Floki more specifically. At that time, I was like, oh man, but what did I do? I kept accumulating more and more. And the times I did accumulate on the dip, I was up around 30 times. So just think about that, right? And now, of course, this was before like Floki had the pullback, but I still believe in it, by the way. And even since those low times, I'm still up by a significant amount when it comes to Floki. So when it comes to Toshi, this is no surprise to me. This isn't my first rodeo. I've seen this happen multiple times when it comes to many projects in my portfolio. So this type of stuff doesn't scare me. I'm still going to be acquiring more, holding, and just waiting. Because think about this, right? When Coinbase makes a layer 2 network called the Base Network, which Toshi is on, by the way, but before I get into that, if Coinbase again does something like that, do you think that they're going to ever allow that quote unquote network to fail? Now, if let's say Coinbase were to, for whatever reason, go off into the abyss or whatever, then okay, then yeah, I get why that could happen. But as long as Coinbase is thriving, which it is currently, I don't think the network is ever going to fail anytime soon, really, because even if let's say the base network didn't really see that much, hyper attention, it would be a bad look for something like Coinbase to make a network and then it not do well. You know what I mean? So the way I take a look at it is that when it comes to a network being quote unquote fail proof, there's no such thing in my opinion, but then the base network feels like it's almost as close as it gets. However, here's where things get a little bit more special because we do know that again Toshi is on the base network, and again Toshi is actually named after Brian Armstrong's cat. Brian Armstrong is the co-founder of Coinbase, and when you think about it, Toshi, the name is also very similar to Satoshi Nakamoto. So when you think about that again, everything like that, it only makes sense why Toshi was even listed in Coinbase in the first place. So, man, this is a very special meme coin. First of all, Brian Armstrong has a soft spot in his heart probably for something like his pet cat, of course, right? And a project being named after that in honor of his pet cat that he loves, probably. Can you imagine how that really affected Toshi in terms of getting listed on Coinbase? Because think about this, Toshi got listed on Coinbase very fast. It's not this multi-billion-dollar market cap meme coin that was kind of lacking reasons to reject, right? That wasn't the case. This was something that had many reasons to say no to because, quite frankly, there's better options for meme coins at that time, at least, right? Many people would argue. So I think Brian Armstrong probably saw this, was like, oh, wait, hold up. This is named after my pet cat. I better list this. Probably, right? I'm just assuming that was the scenario that went down in the Coinbase headquarters or whatever. That's just the way I take a look at it. So when it comes to Toshi, this is very fantastic. And these projects that are named after, pet cats of famous people, or let's say, the named after the pets of famous individuals, this is something that's on the rise. Floki, which I made a very good call on, that was named after Elon Musk's pet dog. And also, we take a look at something like, Myro. Now, Myro hasn't been doing the best, but I'm just saying as an example, it's been doing pretty good, especially when compared to a bunch of other meme coins that are pretty much off into the abyss now. Myro is still holding pretty strong, actually, despite, not having a large market cap. But besides that, right, Myro is named after Raj Gokhal's dog. Raj Gokhale, co-founder of Solana. Now, again, we have Toshi here, named after Brian Armstrong's pet cat. This is very amazing. We know it's a proven formula that pretty much works in most cases, or at least in some cases, I should say. So this is really amazing. Now, some people, they may be wondering, okay, what is the base network? The base network is Coinbase's layer 2 network. What this does is that a layer 2, I should say, by nature, it allows Ethereum to be enjoyed while at the same time not having to deal with the sky high gas fees, the scalability issues, all that type of nonsense, right? So, of course, layer 2 does have a place here. Not to mention, the base network was built in collaboration with Optimism. Again, Optimism, one of the most popular Ethereum layer 2s out there, that was built again in collaboration with them for the base network. So this is something that really holds a lot of value in my opinion. And I think Toshi pretty much at this point has overtaken Brett, right? Many people would argue that as the number one meme coin on the base network. Again, I think it has pretty much overtaken it in terms of popularity, in terms of hype. But only time will tell. But I'm just saying, the base network, could Toshi be the number one meme coin on there in the future? Maybe. Only time will tell. But here's the thing, at the price of 2 cents, if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $8 billion. That's around a 35x from here. So when people like to say that, yeah, this is really bad and all this, well, again, over a 30x, man, that's amazing, hypothetically, theoretically. And keep in mind, around an $8 billion market cap is kind of peanuts in the grand scheme of things. I mean, we've seen like Shiba Inu reach around 40 billion, right? We've seen Dogecoin reach over 80 billion. So this is not like even 10% of that, really. Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, they reached this back in 2021. Now I get it. Nowadays, there's more competition and all this. So that's why I'm saying that Toshi could hypothetically go to around an $8 billion market cap. But again, if anything, just achieving a glimpse of Shiba Inu Dogecoin is already very special. Like, again, over a 30x, Dogecoin can't do that in the next 6 to 10 months, in my opinion at least. So the way I take a look at it is that Toshi is just a much better pick for me. And especially as of right now, we have over 600 million crypto owners, by the way, according to Crypto.com research. This could be a very special bull run. Now, only time will tell, but as things do become, or should I say, as they start entering third, fourth, and fifth gear when it comes to all the coins, this could be amazing. And that's why I'm not giving up when it comes to Toshi. It's too special. I just think it's too fantastic. I just don't see why it would do bad, really. It's like, for instance, when I first saw Floki, a lot of people were doubting it. They're like, it's kind of gimmicky, named after Elon Musk's dog and all this. Who cares about that? Well, I cared about it. And again, Floki is now pretty much one of the biggest meme coins out there, or should I say, arguably of all time. So, man, I think that, again, it's a formula that works. It worked with Floki being named after Elon Musk's dog. So, when it comes to Toshi, I don't see why that wouldn't work either, right? Being named after Brian Armstrong's cat. Now, we do know that altcoins usually, as a worst case scenario, they typically peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event, which, based off the last Bitcoin halving event that happened last year in April, that would actually mean around October this year. So that's why I still think that the marathon is far from over. It's not a sprint for me, it's a marathon. I'm not going to try to, constantly dump all in all this. No. My strategy is exactly the same when I first started acquiring Toshi as it is as of right now. Anytime an income, acquire a certain amount, boom, that's it. No, paying attention. Oh man, the price is dumping 10% today. Oh wow, it's pumping 2%. Oh, should I buy it? No. Anytime an income I acquire, that's it. And I hold. Because if I don't do that, then it's going to create distractions, right? If I try to do that, I'm trying to predict the market. And then sometimes we want to buy this thing, buy that thing, and then we end up not really doing it, right? You know what I mean? The way I take a look at it is that if I want to commit to something, I'll commit to it from day one and I'll implement my strategy, right? Dollar cost averaging. Anytime I acquire income, holding and just waiting. That's it, because I believe in this. And again, 2 cents during this bull run wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch you all in the next one. I'm a peace. Bye.